Hello and welcome back here to Stocksfield Cricket Club for our 5 o'clock cricket commentary here on the usual Saturday agenda on the Cricket West Tyne programme. Stocksfield have taken up the attack, chasing 190 to win. They are 19 for no wicket in the 5th over, and it's been bowled by Callum McCabe. And there was an edge there from, was it Johnny Tobin, who's out there batting at the moment? Yes, Johnny, he just got an edge, and there's a slip in a gully in at the moment. A third man, a fine leg, so that took the score to 20. So it's 170 to win now for the home side here. So it's going to be Callum McCabe again, and he's going to be bowling to Morrison, who's 10 not out. He does so, and Morrison's back in his crease, and he just plays that one up to the mid-wicket there, and it's Richard Bailey who picks it up off the floor, and they scuttle through for a single. So Morrison goes to 11, the score goes to 21, 169 to win now. 21 for no wicket here, Stocksfield, in reply to Tynedale's 189 all out. So here's Tobin on strike from Callum McCabe. He goes forward and drives this one, and it goes back just to the offside, and it goes along the ground quite fast there. And it's Sam Peter who picks up there, who's fielding at mid-off at the moment. So we've got Peter at mid-off, we've got Bailey at mid-on, we've got Matty Scott down at deep square leg, Cant in at slip, and we've got a gully, a point, an extra cover, a final leg and a third man. And there's a play and a miss there from Johnny Tobin, who goes forward, half forward to a ball from McCabe. It was well pitched and a bit quicker that time, and it goes through to the wicketkeeper, and there's no run. Umpire Ainsley up there at square leg to our left. We're broadcasting, by the way, from square of the wicket right in the middle, down behind the deep cover boundary at the moment. But umpire Ainsley up there at square leg, he's got his arms folded at the minute. And now it's Tobin from McCabe again. It's McCabe bowling, and Tobin goes forward and just brings his bat level with his body there, and lets that one through to Crichton, the wicketkeeper. It was pitched well again, but the line just outside off stump allows Tobin to watch that one through. Tobin, 9 not out. Morrison at the non-striker's end is well, actually Morrison's 9 not out and Tobin's 10 not out. So Tobin from McCabe again, and that's hit him. He didn't see that one at all. It was a short ball, and it dug in and it got up, and he shaped a pull, but he was far too late there, Tobin, and it struck him on the shoulder. He hadn't got his body was turned square on the top half, and his legs were planted. His feet never moved in that shot, but he got away with it, and the ball just dropped down into the ground. So they go down and have a little chat in the middle, him and his partner, and at the end of the 6th over, 21 for no wicket, Stocksfield, 169 to win. Tobin 10 not out and Morrison 2 not out. So it'll be Morrison to take up the strike from David Newton, who's coming in from left to right as we watch the play here, with one slip in a gully, and that's hit on the up into the offside, and it goes to Sam Peter there, who's at extra cover all along the ground though. Not much foot movement in that. His front foot went forward there, his left foot, Morrison, and the top half of his body leant back as he played that ball just below waist height. But he didn't get anywhere, there was no run, so he just goes to settle again. Now he pulls away, he just twirls his bat in his hands. Crichton close up behind the stumps. We've got a slip, a gully, a square leg, and a cover, all at that segment of the pitch. Newton again to Morrison, who goes forward and brings his bat up and lets that one through to Crichton, and he drops it, but he picks it up quickly again and throws it round the offside field. So no run there. So that was that. The striker's end covered. We've got 2 extra covers in there. We've got deep mid-off and a deep mid-on as well. That's Fletcher and Richard Bailey. Now here's Newton again bowling to Morrison. Morrison forward and drives high, straight, and it's going for 4 runs down to the left, over towards the school. So he got away with that one, slightly over pitch there from Newton. Just a little step forward, it wasn't a big stride, but he got that elbow high, took the bat straight through it, lifted it straight and swung, and he gets 4 runs. So Morrison goes to 13, the score goes to 25 for no wicket Stocksfield in the 7th. Now here's Newton again, about to start his running, bowling to Morrison. His feet not that far apart, and there's a shout for LBW. Playing across the line there was Morrison. It was a full ball and he didn't get that far forward, and the umpire shakes his head, and Crichton is down on his right knee, down on one knee there, arms in the air for the appeal, then on his head in despair, but no wicket fell there. Morrison about to settle in again to the crease, has a little chat with Crichton. Crichton just puts his right hand out and as if to calm things down there. Now Morrison, with his feet not that far apart at the crease, batting just inside his crease. That's a full toss and he's hit it high and he's cleared the fielder. Fletcher's after it and it's bouncing up to the boundary over deep mid-on. And 4 runs signalled by umpire Ainsley there. It was a full pitch ball and I don't think he got hold of it in the middle, but it cleared Fletcher and 2 bounces over the rope to the left here. So 4 more to the total, that's 31 for no wicket. Morrison has gone to 19. Tobin at the non-striker's end is 10 not out, but here's Newton again now to Morrison. Bowls full and Morrison drives again and it goes up there to Richard Biley, who is down, fields it at deep mid-off, and there's no run, and that's the end of the 8th over on a gorgeous sunny afternoon here still as we approach the evening time. And welcome if you've joined us at 5 o'clock here on the Cricket West Tyne programme on Spreaker Internet Radio. We brought you a couple of broadcasts before where Tynedale were bowled out for 189. Callum McCabe top scored with 55 and Sam Peter second in the line there with 37. They were the only batsmen that kind of got anywhere, although Crichton did contribute 23 before he was out, and Tynedale at one stage were in the 30s for 3 down, and a couple of little recoveries and a big recovery from McCabe when McCabe was in along with Peter, got Tynedale up above that 150. But we've got a change of bowling now. Callum McCabe's been taken off and Tom Cant, the captain, right arm just below medium pace, comes on now from right to left as we watch the play, and he's bowling to Johnny Tobin, and it's full, and Tobin's down on one knee driving this time out onto the leg side, and it goes just off the straight along the ground, and Richard Biley picks it up and gives the ball a good polish down there. So does Cant as he gets it back. Short sleeves on, collar turned up slightly, and he goes past umpire Collins. Bowls, it's on the full, and Tobin drives again, but he doesn't middle it. And it goes back, straight back to Cant on the bounce there. And he picks up and he's back to his mark very quickly here. Now here's Cant again, arms akimbo as he runs into bowl. Tobin's forward, driving again, but again he doesn't get everything on that one. And it was full again, and Cant just picks it up on the second bounce again. As he's back to his mark quickly now, Tom Cant, he does bowl his overs quick, his white heel's just about to kick up. Here he comes now, past umpire Collins, he's there in bowls, and Tobin's on the back foot this time. From a ball that bounced from a good length, and he pushes it back to Cant. Again it goes on the bounce. To ring in the changes, it was just 1 bounce that time. Now here's Cant again, back to his mark, in past umpire Collins. Bowls to Tobin, who's forward to a well-pitched ball. A good 1.5 yards step in there from the batsman, and he brings the bat down over the top of it, smothers it into the ground, and the ball rolls back to Cant, who's back to the end of his mark again. Here he comes now, he's up to the wicket. Tobin this time goes and drives, and it's nicely stopped there from Tom Cant, and that's the end of the over. And he picks the ball up off the ground, and he throws it to Biley, who will give it a bit of a polish. So the end of the 8th over there, Stocksfield needing 190 to win, or 31 for no wicket. Tobin has 10 and Morrison has 19. And you're listening, by the way. If you're listening, we must say thank you to our sponsors this afternoon, the Royal Oak Hotel at Cornsay Colliery, Canned and Bristol Dairy Products, and the Experts in Business Consultancy. So it's going to be David Newton to take up the attack again from the school end. He'll be running in from left to right, bowling to Morrison as we watch the play here. Morrison plays this one from the crease, back down along the ground, and it rolls out to the leg side, just off the straight, and it goes to Fletcher there at deep mid-on. He picks up and gives the ball a good polish on his right thigh there. So we've still got a slip in place, a gully. We've got a point, a square leg, 2 extra covers, a mid-off, a mid-on deep, and a mid-wicket. So here goes Newton again, bowling to Morrison, who's forward, and that one goes in the air again. Didn't time that one. It hit in the top half of the bat that time, and the ball went in the air to the leg side, but it fell onto the ground, and there was no danger of a catch. So here's Morrison again, about to take up the strike. James Rainford over there at point, just backward of point. Matty Scott here at square leg, just in front of the umpire. Morrison now from Newton. Morrison goes half forward there and plays a full ball out to the leg side. He turned the bat on it there, played straight to start with, and just closed the face, and it ran out there to mid-wicket, where it was picked up by Callan McCabe, with his shirt hanging out, his shirt sleeves on. A little bit of concern, just purses his lips a bit, and now he's having a look over to the clubhouse. Now he's back in, his attention's back on the player, puts his hands on his hips as Newton runs in again now to bowl. No, he's just stopped. There's a change in the field here. It's Fletcher dropping from mid-on back to the long-on boundary, trying to tempt Morrison in here to the big shot, but he faces up to Newton again, and that's hit him on the pad, and there's a shout of LBW, and that's the second one that's been turned down by umpire Ainsley. It wasn't as big as a peel that time. Crichton went up for about 2.5 seconds, then carefully folded his arms. He's standing well up to the stumps there, with his hard hat on. So that was the only change in the field. Richard Biley has a little word to the bowler David Newton, before he comes in again now, bowling to Morrison. Morrison, and that's hit him just above the knee roll on the front leg there as he swiveled his body to try and turn to play that one to the leg side. But it just falls onto the ground, and Crichton's quickly forward there to throw the ball back to David Newton. Well, he doesn't, in fact. He throws it to Richard Biley across there, who's fielding it deep mid-off, and he gives the ball to Newton. And if you get a gust of wind across the microphone, it's the first one for a while, but here's Newton again to Morrison, and he's edged that one, and it's passed between gully and slip, and it's running up towards the third man boundary. Rainford's in pursuit. He picks it up now just in front of the boundary, throws in high to the wicketkeeper Crichton, who misses it, and it's fielded by Newton. So we're a couple to the total there at the end of the 9th over. And it's gone to 33 for no wicket, and Morrison goes to 21, and Stocksfield here chasing 190 to win. And that was a bit cooler, that breeze, as the train just passes away up going towards Newcastle on the train line just beyond the boundary on the far side there. And here's Tom Cant again to take up the attack, bowling to Johnny Tobin. Johnny Tobin digs a full ball out going forward, about a third of a stride there, and pushes it back along the ground. Cant picks up, and there's no run. Now umpire Collins is just holding Cant's cap in his left hand as Cant's in again to Tobin, who's forward and drives a full ball there, but he doesn't get the timing quite right, and that's the third time he's done that, and it was a couple of bounces back to Cant the bowler, who's back to his mark now and quickly in again, bowls to Tobin. He's back this time to a shorter ball and tries to cut it away, but again he doesn't time it. And it's James Rainford there from point, who moves 2 steps to his right, picks up and throws the ball back to Cant. Now Cant's in again. He's just at the end of his mark, bowling to Johnny Tobin. Tobin this time looks for it, looks to go forward there, just a little shimmy of the leg, but he plays a full ball from the crease out to the leg side, where it's picked up by Cant again. Economical here, Cant. Not many runs scored off his bowling so far, though. This is just his second over. Here he comes again now, bowling to Tobin. Tobin back in his crease this time, and that was a bit quicker from Cant, and it bounced him a good length, and it hit him on the gloves and fell into the floor, and Cant comes forward, picks the ball up, and there's no run. 33 for no wicket. Stocksfield chasing 190 to win. Here's Tobin from Kant again. Tobin plays this one defensively into the leg side, where McCabe picks it up off the ground at mid-wicket. Got into position early there, Tobin, got the front foot half forward and just turned the face of the bat in and played it out along the ground. There was no run, and that's the end of the 10th over, that one. 33 for no wicket, Stocksfield. And 157 now the need for their first win of the season. And they've got 40 overs to do it in. So it's Morrison on strike again. Newton about to bowl in from left to right as we watch the play here. Morrison now faces up, he drives high, and that'll go for 4 up towards the wall at the top end, from the school end across to our left there. And the nice gentleman just sitting on a seat in a maroon top down there picks that one up and throws it back to the fielder Fletcher, who is across down at long on at the moment. So 4 more to the total. Slightly over pitch there from Newton, and he does seem to lean back with the top half of his body when he plays that shot. Lots of bottom hand in it there from Morrison. And it's 37 for no wicket now. Here's Newton again now bowling. Morrison just slides back into his crease there, gets the front leg out the way, and the ball whistles past, and Crichton takes it close up on the leg side. He did play a shot at that, tried to glance it away, but he didn't get nothing on it. Morrison wearing an arm guard to supplement all the rest of his protective equipment. Batting just inside his crease here, right-handed. Now here's David Newton in to bowl to him again. And that forces him back again, and he tries the same thing again, but he doesn't get nothing on it, and Crichton again takes an safe catch down the leg side. He throws the ball back up into the field. Now he has a scan of the field, looks over to the clubhouse as well. Umpire Collins, I notice, has got his sun hat on back to front there, as Morrison's in again now. Newton's in again, and Morrison plays and misses outside the off stump. A quicker one there from Newton. It skidded on, he went half forward and just presented the bat away from his pad slightly, the front left leg there, and Crichton took up the catch behind the stumps, but unfortunately it didn't connect with the bat. From Tynedale's point of view anyway, Morrison would be relieved, one should think. But here he is again, about to face up to Newton, who's in the bowl. He's forward this time in defence, and just leading with the bat there, the front left leg forward, down the pitch, and plays out to the offside, where it's fielded by Josh Renton in there at extra cover. It's picked up off the ground and thrown to Newton next to him. And there's no run. It's 37 for no wicket. Morrison 25, Tobin 10. No Tynedale bowler. Apart from the odd half a chance playing a miss, has looked like getting a wicket yet, but here's Newton to Morrison, another playing a miss. Newton seems to be finding his line there. That was just pitched slightly back of a very good length, and it lifted, and Morrison played forward. It whizzed past his glove into the gloves of Crichton behind the stumps, and there was no run, and that was the end of the 11th over, I beg your pardon. And it's 37 for no wicket, Morrison 25, Tobin 10. And it'll be Tom Kant to take up the attack here. Tobin about to take strike again. We've got one slip, and that one's just played off the back foot, out past backward point. Rainford's in pursuit. Fletcher doesn't get there. Rainford picks up now. They've got 2 so far. In goes the throw to the wicket-keeper's end, and Crichton has to dash to his left to collect that one, and there's a couple of runs added to the total. It's 39 for no wicket, and it's Tobin who's gone to 12 with that last shot. Now here's Tobin again, about to take strike. One slip in place. Kant the bowler. Tobin goes forward, and he's turned that one round behind square. It's running up towards the covers there on the deep backward square boundary, and it's Scott who runs round from in front of square, picks up, throws in, and Crichton takes it and throws it back to the bowler Kant, and there's another one added to the total. Tobin goes to 13, the score goes to 40 for no wicket now. 150 now for Stocksfield to win in under 40 overs. And here's Kant now, bowls to Morrison, who drives from the crease, but he doesn't time it or put any strength behind the shot then. It rolls out across the about the greenest part of the square there, and Kant comes to his left towards us here to field that one, and there's no run. So here's Kant again now, bowling to Morrison, who pulls high, and there might be a catch down there. Is there? 4 runs. 4 runs signalled by umpire Collins, slightly short of him, Kant, and he took it from on in line. He got into line there and he hooked it behind square, and it beat Scott, who's 2/3 of the way back there at square leg. So 4 down to the far boundary there for Morrison. That takes it to 44 for no wicket. Morrison's gone to 29. Now Scott has just come to deep backward square there. Morrison faces up to Kant and he drives square this time onto this near side. It's running up and down the hollow in the field there. The ball goes and comes up to Rainford there, who's quite deep at point and trying to take the sting out this outfield. The ball has seemed to get away on it. Parts of it scorched in this summer heat as Kant bowls again. There's a shout for LBW, and umpire Collins says no. I don't think he even shook his head there, so just a couple of appeals. Kant didn't really go up there, but that's the end of the over. Kant gets through another one quickly, and the score now is 45 for no wicket after 12. 145 now to win for Stocksfield. They need 190 after Tynedale were bowled out for 189 in the 43rd over of the first innings here. Morrison has 30 and 13 to Tobin. So here we go again now. Here's Morrison to face up to David Newton, who opened the bowling. McCabe has been taken off. Kant has come on to replace him, but here's Morrison now. David Newton over the wicket now to Morrison, who pushes to the leg side, and there's a chance of a catch there, and it landed just in front of McCabe there at mid-wicket, and there's no run. Another strong gust of wind. It has picked up in the last 15 minutes or so here. It keeps disappearing, but each time it's come back stronger. But we've still got the sun, thank goodness, just keeping the heat with us here at Stocksfield Cricket Club. Now Morrison just has a look around the field. I'm just wary here that this equipment case is going to go clash to my left, but it's not at the moment. Here's Morrison from Newton, and that's hit round the corner, and it's going for 4 up to the fine leg boundary. Just lost his line there, Newton. It was a quicker ball as well, and it just took the merest of timed glances, and it just rolls past this near side of the scoreboard down there for 4 runs. So the score goes to 49 for no wicket as the train passes by, this time going to Hexham on the far side. It may be going to stop at Stocksfield, but I doubt it. Seems to be going a bit fast. Just like the score for Stocksfield here from Tynedale's point of view. As Newton's in again now, bowling to Morrison. Morrison this time jams the bat down on it from on the crease. His feet didn't go very far there, just watched it. And he timed it well, and it rolled out there too. Josh Renton there with extra cover, who picks it up off the ground. And here's Newton again. He gets the ball from Richard Biley. 49 for no wicket. 141 to win for Stocksfield. Newton in now to Morrison, who just turns this one around the corner. There's a chance of a run out here if it's quickly enough, but it's a throw that went into the middle of nowhere actually from Scott there. He was in about 4 minds, I think, of which way to throw it, and they get through for an easy single in the end to Stocksfield. Morrison in particular there. So that's the 50 up for the home side. Morrison's 35, Tobin on strike 13. And this is the first time he's faced a ball from this end, Newton, for a while. And Tobin's forward and just defends this one into the ground, and it runs off behind square on the offside, and Rainford picks it up there at backward point. Gives the ball a good polish while bent in two, and throws the ball up to Renton, who gives it back to David Newton, the bowler. Now it'll be Tobin on strike again. He's got a wider stance than Morrison. Holds his bat at just over 45, and he's back in his crease, and there's a nice shot, a drive off the back foot, and the ball rolls up there quite quickly to Biley, who gets down in the orthodox fielding position the leg block there and picks it up, and they get a single, and that's the end of the over. Tobin a single off the last ball there, scores 51 for no wicket. Tobin 14, 35 to Mavison. And before we go any further, I think I'll bring you a word from one of our sponsors. This is the Royal Oak at Cornsay Colliery.
You are listening to live cricket here on Spreaker Internet Radio, kindly sponsored by the Royal Oak Hotel at Cornsay Colliery, County Durham.
And here's Kant to take up the attack now, bowling to Tobin, who's in the air, he defends, and Kant, it was just short of Kant there, the bowler. It bounced a little more than he would have liked from a good length there. Tobin was well forward, but he didn't quite get there, so he's safe from that one. Now Kant quickly back to his mark. Tobin about to face the strike again. Tobin, he's forward to a fuller ball this time. They're going to take a quick single into the gap there between mid-wicket and backward square leg. Callum McCabe couldn't get round there to his right on the far side to pick that one up, but he does now and throws it back to the bowler Kant. So one more added to the total there. Good run for Stocksfield. 52 for naught now. 52 for no wicket. Now Kant about to bowl again, this time to Mavison. Mavison drives behind square, a full ball there. It was more of a guide actually. It's Fletcher on the run after it up towards the school. A lovely diving stop there. They've got two so far, the batsman. Fletcher picks it up, hurls it in to the wicketkeeper, and they've come back for 3, so that takes the score to 55 for no wicket, Stocksfield. And Mavison has gone to 38, and Tobin is there, 15. And here's Kant now, bowling to Tobin, who's forward and defends, and the ball runs out onto the leg side this time, just off the pitch, where Kant walks across, picks it up with his left hand and proceeds back to the end of his mark. So we'll go to the end of this over here on Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. Then we'll have a little break and we'll be back within the half hour to bring you the next stage of this match, as Tobin drives a full ball from Kant there, and he pushes it straight back along the ground, and Kant reaches down quickly with his left hand there, picks it up and proceeds again back to the end of his mark. Give that last one a little bit more flight. But here's Kant again now. He's about to bowl into Tobin, and that one, he went to pull that one round the corner and got himself in a terrible tangle, and it hit him just somewhere between the two hips, and it obviously didn't hurt him because he's walking about okay. And Stacey Lavery's on the move here to find some sun, I think. And that was the end of the over anyway. So Stocksfield at the end of that one chasing 190 to win after 14 overs, or 55 for no wicket. Mavison 38 and Tobin 15. So there we go. We'll leave you for just a little while here on Cricket West Tyne, but we'll be back within the half hour. If not, we'll be back at 6 o'clock for certain to bring you more commentary here from the match tonight. So Stocksfield it is, who need another 135 to win, with 36 overs left to get them. It's their 55 for no wicket. Speak to you again just before 6 o'clock.